Listen, I think that there are many ways for you to kind of put your mind together around how much money that you want to make as an entrepreneur, or as somebody who tries to exploit financial endeavors to the greatest extent possible. This really is in the context of working for yourself, because you will have a cap on how much you can make per day, per week, or per month, or per year if you work for somebody else. It's important to think about it, though, in somewhat of a structured way. And one of the ways that I think would help a lot of people is to think about it from the perspective of how much money do I need to make every day. Okay. Over a month period, you should also look at that. Okay. I need to generate 20 or 30 or 50 or $100,000 over the course of 30 days. But breaking that down to the day is really what allows you to get at the 5,000 foot, really the fucking 500-foot view, and decide the mechanics of work that you need to execute to get that done. So let's just pick $30,000 a month. So if you want to generate from your business or from whatever financial endeavors you have $30,000 in a 31-day period, you need to make about $1,000 a day, right? $1,000 a day. It's quite hard to even think about what you have to do over the course of 30 days. It's like arbitrary, right? To do $1,000 a day. I mean, what are you trying to do? Like you have some bursts where you have like a $5,000 or $6,000 day. Okay, those are good. Those are good fucking days to have. But how do you plan that? You can't really plan it. Whereas if you just decide, okay, I need to make about $1,000 a day, right? To reach 30K a month, about $1,000 a day. Give or take a few $100, maybe $1,000 or whatever, over the course of a 30-day period. It's just $1,000 a day. Well, then you can start thinking about what is the level of work, first of all. If your company requires you reach a market with content, what is the amount of content, long form and shorts, that you've got to generate throughout the course of every day in order to reach enough people to hopefully, presumably, if you have enough high quality products that people like and are valuable to them, to generate your $1,000 in a day. If you've got two businesses, you've got a business and then you've got a side hustle or another business perhaps that you've figured out. You're running an actual legitimate business, and on the side, you're doing a little bit of day trading or something. Now you've got to think about, now that you actually have a framework, how do I, with both of these things, generate a day? And I can tell you that once you break it down at that level, it becomes a lot easier. Will you always reach the goal of generating your $1,000 a day? No, not necessarily. I'll sometimes do $1,000 a day. Some days I'll do $5,000-$6,000. Other days I'll do half a fucking $20,000 day. So for me, it's like it's not always going to be that general number, but I'm shooting for a specific number, and I think you should do that as well. Because for me, like, my target for what I want to make in the day, understanding that number allows me to generate ideas and like a game plan on how to do that. Okay, how do I make X number of thousands of dollars every day? Well, then it's going to require this, it's going to require that. At the very least, brother, you get to hypothesize about it, what it requires. And you get to then implement plans that may get you there, that should get you there, that will get you there. But at the very least, it'll give you data on what you need to do, not do, continue doing, or fucking change. If you're trying to execute on a plan and you're trying to make $500 a day, but you're falling short over the course of a 30-day period and the daily period, you're making 200, 300, you're generating per day. Well, you need to change something. You need to do something. Your first attempt did fail, and you've got to look at what you're doing and then ask the question, okay, what do we do to increase that? If you're running 250 a day, okay, I need to generate another $250 for every day. What do I do? It then opens up the question, and when you look at your work output, you can then go, okay, I either double down exactly on the amount that I'm doing, or I do what I'm doing a little more efficiently, or potentially I bring someone else on board to do it. I start marketing in some additional route to reach new people. It just gets you to fucking think about what else is next. I can assure you that, especially once you get going and you're good at generating income and you've got a business that is doing well, but it somewhat depends, like all businesses do, on the continuity in your marketing and you pushing the company out there to other people, discovering new markets, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that when you develop a daily plan and have a daily number, it becomes much easier to hit. Much easier to hit. Well, then you look at your annual goals. Okay, you want to generate 4 or 500,000 or a million or 10 million, whatever the fuck it is per year. Break that down into the month. Okay, what does that have to be monthly, and what does that have to be daily? It's an easy way to think about it, and once you get good at it, it's pretty easy, right? It is pretty. If you're savvy enough and you've built a business where you've got enough reach and you know what you're doing, it is not difficult to make $1,000 a day. Yeah, or $10,000 a day. I suppose it depends on the relative scale, right? When you get up to companies that actually do that, if you're a consultant and you're only going after high ticket clients that will pay $10,000, those are typically wealthy people that want shit done fast. They don't care how much it costs. If you can do it for them, they will pay you $10,000. If you get 30 clients a month, you're doing your $10,000 a day, right? You've got to break it down like that, and if you do that, it's you now put it into motion. You put it into a digestible thing. It was just in your head. It was sort of fucking how do they call that? Like a it's just all over the place, a cacophony of shit. Now you're looking at it from the 500-foot view. You've got a structure from which to understand what you need to fucking do. And now $1,000 a day or $500 a day or $3,000 a day, or 2739 a day, which is what you need to generate $1 million a year, it's much more achievable because you're looking at it and you can figure out now how the fuck to do it.